we got new numbers out today. This morning, the Department of Labor released new numbers on unemployment insurance, showing that 2.4 million workers applied for unemployment insurance benefits nationwide last week. And here's the thing, that is the 17th week in a row that unemployment claims have been more than twice the worst week of the Great Recession. DOL numbers also indicate that in total right now, 36.4 million workers are either on unemployment benefits or have applied and are waiting to get approved or waiting to get their benefits. That is more than 1 in 5 workers. And if you narrow it down to just Michigan, in Michigan, over 50,000 workers applied for UI last week. Roughly 25,000 applied for regular state benefits, and roughly 26,000 applied for pandemic unemployment assistance, which is the federal program for workers who are not eligible for regular UI, like the self-employed. In total in Michigan right now, about 1.5 million workers are either on unemployment benefits or are waiting to get approved. That is more than 1 in 4 Michigan workers. So that means there are a lot of people in this country and a lot of Michiganders who are depending on that $600 in extra weekly benefits. And unless Congress acts, as others have said, that $600 expires next week. Even though the unemployment rate right now is still higher than it's ever been since the Great Depression outside of this recession. So I want to talk about the economics of this quickly. Many are talking about the potential work disincentive effect of the extra $600, since the extra payment means that many people actually have higher income on unemployment insurance than they did at their prior job. The concern about the work disincentive has been massively overblown. So I'm going to talk about a couple of reasons why. So first, that concern completely ignores the reality of the labor market for working people who will be unlikely to turn down a permanent job, particularly in a time of extended high unemployment, for a temporary boost in unemployment benefits. Further, there are 14 million more unemployed workers in this country than job openings right now. That means that millions will remain jobless no matter what they do. There's cutting off that $600 cannot incentivize people to get jobs that literally are not there. And then even further, many people will not be able to go to work right now, no matter how much benefits are cut, because it's not safe for them because of their health or the health of someone they live with, or because they have care responsibilities as a result of the virus. So cutting off the $600 will not incentivize them to get jobs. It will just cause hardship. The millions who will remain jobless after the $600 is cut off will have no choice but to drastically cut their spending. It will cause a sharp decline in their living standards. It will increase poverty, and it is completely unnecessary suffering that will be created. Another key thing is that cutting off the $600 will exacerbate racial inequality. Black communities are suffering more from this pandemic, both physically and economically. And as a result of, and in addition to, systemic racism, Black communities will suffer even more if the $600 expires. And then another key thing is that letting the $600 expire won't just hurt UI recipients and their families, it would hurt millions more. The spending generated by that $600 is supporting over 5 million jobs nationally. How is that? The way to think about that is that the goods and services that the unemployed are buying with that $600 are, of course, being produced by workers. So if that $600 goes away, those workers lose their jobs and a vicious cycle is set off. So put another way, letting that $600 expire would cost us more than 5 million jobs nationwide. And in Michigan, that $600 is supporting 195,000 jobs, which means that if the $600 goes away, Michigan will lose 195,000 jobs. And the last thing I want to say is that if policymakers really are worried about the disincentive effect of the $600, they should address that issue in another way, not cut off the $600, which is far too important for all the reasons we've discussed. So instead, policymakers could, for example, let people keep some of their UI benefits when they go back to work. That would solve any potential disincentive effect without inflicting needless pain on individuals and on the economy. Extending the $600 is just an absolute no-brainer, both on humanitarian grounds and on economic grounds.